Hello everyone, it's me, Wonderboy here, and today we are doing a review on the brand new film that just came out, Nosferatu. Now, I'm going to be honest, I really enjoyed it. I haven't seen the original, which is coming as quite a shock to even myself, but I really liked it. Robert Eggers does such a good job at nailing the tone, nailing the feel of how the film should feel. From a horny vampire. But what we're going to do is we're going to kind of narrow it down a little bit into a couple of different sections, just so it's a little bit easier to manage and understand my opinions of the film, and go from there. So we're going to start off with the performances. Bill Skarsgård. It's Bill Skarsgård, isn't he? He does such a great job in anything he does. You can see little Billy over here above me. I've got little Billy there, little Billy there. I've got actually technically another little Billy right there. But I think he does such a great job in this role. I think the way he portrays Count Orlok, I think, is incredible. The way he is able to kind of shift between speaking in I forgot the name of the language now, but the language that he speaks in that is it Diniel? I think it's Diniel. In between from Daniel to English, and even like the tone of voice is very like I like chicken. I don't know, that was very that was awful. But like the way he's able to kind of go from that to like absolutely just killing his voice is just insane. But I've been watching a couple of interviews and stuff like that from him recently, and he seems to just be like really invested in what he's doing. And I know for a fact it was the same with when he played Pennywise in it. I think with that role he did tend to get really invested in the character, and he's become one of the most iconic characters in horror now. He was anyways, Pennywise was, but I think Bill Skarsgård not only made a character that was so iconic in another actor's role, being in Tim Curry, but he's able to do it with himself in that, and that just proves to me that he's able to do it in other roles. So Count Orlok is a great example of being able to make something his own. Obviously, the one from 1922, I forgot the name of the actor is in that one, but he's clearly made it his own. And I think the version of Count Orlok as well is something completely different, because obviously in the original 1922 one, I'm hoping I get the year right, the original one back in, I'll say, the early 1900s, didn't have any sound. So he's given it life, he's given it a personality that the original might not necessarily have had. As I say, I can't really speak too much about the original film because I haven't seen it. I probably should. But Bill Skarsgård's just great, isn't he? He's just great. I'm a huge fan of him. Except for maybe in The Crow. Actually, I didn't mind him. I thought that we're not going to get into that. But yeah, the way he's able to kind of leave the audience feeling really unsettled and encapsulated within his character is just amazing. But moving on from him, Nicholas Hoult and Lily Rose Depp do an absolutely incredible job as being the lead kind of actors in the film, an actress in the film. Nicholas Hoult, I think, does an incredible job of being a petrified husband. You feel really sorry for him. You really do. He's trying to do what's best for him and his family, and ultimately, it doesn't go well. Clearly, well, you never know. I'm trying to keep this as spoiler free as possible because I know some people will be watching this and haven't seen the film yet. So I should have given the spoiler warning earlier. I'll make sure to put that in. But yeah, no. I really do think he is the epitome of the film. I think him and the way Lily Rose is able to take her character onto another level, not just being the kind of wife who's kind of. I'm really trying to not like spoil it, but yeah, the way she's able to kind of take her character onto another level is just insane to me. Especially with some of the body movements and stuff like that within the film, I think she absolutely kills it. And like you can even see like the switches in character when she's going from happy to absolutely nuts. You can see it in a flash, and it's really jarring, to be honest, but it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And I think she does an amazing job of actually taking that character into her own kind of strides and making it something memorable, and enjoyable for a character of what she kind of portrays. In terms of Willem Dafoe, he is just a living legend, isn't he? Willem Dafoe is iconic. If you see Willem Dafoe in the film, you know you're going to get a solid performance out of him. And I think he really does give a solid performance within this film. And obviously, this is a bit of a spoiler, not too much of a story spoiler, but he does say the title of the film. He does say the title of his film.
NOSFERATU.
And it's I loved it. I love it when films do that. When they do it in the right way. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. That was a takeaway for me. But yeah, he definitely does add some unpredictability within his role because he's a bit crazy. From the performances, we're going to talk about a little bit about the direction, cinematography. So we're going to go back to Robert Eggers now. I think what he does within the film is he really does encapsulate what it should feel like in a film of this kind of era. He does such a good job. For me, one of the things that I really loved about the film was the fact that it was able to drift in and out from the black and white into colour. And it's very subtle. Like, yeah, you really have to pay attention because you're not really focusing on it. But that's one thing I really, really, really liked was the kind of switch between the black and white and the colour of the film, and then being able to kind of bring that gothic atmosphere from Transylvania into throughout the whole film. It's not even just a case of over in Germany where they're based. You feel that kind of gothic atmosphere is probably the best way I can kind of describe it. But yeah, I really do feel like the way he's able to use the lighting and the shadow within the film, like shadows in the film, add to that atmosphere as I mentioned earlier. It kind of creates that eerie mood that you expect from a film about horny vampires. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it as he does amazing stuff with lighting and shadows because he's class. In terms of the visuals, though, I think it is a visual treat. I think the way he's able to present the characters, present the story, present not just the normal characters, like even like the side characters that you see maybe once or twice in the film, the way he's able to kind of take those and give them something, give them a bit of personality, give them something to kind of care for. There's one particular scene around a quarter of the way in the film when he goes to a forest, and normally in the film you'd kind of just think, oh well, but then once that scene happens, you kind of think, what's happening there? And it makes you think after, like, even I did a bit of Googling. I did a bit of deep diving on Google and Reddit and things like that to try and find some answers for certain things. And I love doing that. I absolutely love doing that after a film. Obviously, a lot of people don't. A lot of people love to have the answer there and then in front of them. But for me, I do like to have a bit of digging. I like to have an opinion of my own for certain things. And I think that's absolutely fine. In terms of the storytelling, though, I really do think that it does explore some really, really interesting themes. So things such as obsession and possession and the nature of evil as well. One thing I really did enjoy is the pacing as well within the film. I think the pacing is it's not consistent, and I think a film like this doesn't need that consistency because it takes you on that ride. If it had the same flow throughout the whole film, I don't think it would be the same film. I don't think it would have that same kind of tension building, especially up to the final act. Because it's basically just dragging you along. The whole film just drags you along up until the one point where it kind of hits the fan. And that's I like that. I like that suspense building rather than having you on one wavelength throughout the whole film. It does just go. And sometimes that's good. I liked it. I don't know what you guys thought of it, but I liked it. I really liked it. I'm going to be honest, this review is just me chatting a load of a wallop about the film, what I kind of liked and what I thought was really, really good about the film. Besides the notes, I didn't really have much to kind of go off. I was just kind of rattling in of what I thought of the film. So I hope you enjoy this style of stuff. But I'm going to end the review here with just what are my predictions, not my predictions, but what my kind of last thoughts are of the film in terms of kind of the impact it had on me. I do believe it's one of the best films of 2024. I know I technically watched it in 2025, but it did come out in 2024 in America, so I guess I'd class that as a 2024 film, but I do think it is, and I've watched some great films, great horror films anyways. I think it's one of the greatest horror films of 2024. You know, you've got others like Alien Alien Terminus, Alien Romulus. I really enjoyed that one as well. I think it offers a different kind of dynamic compared to that. I think it's a very, very different film. So in terms of comparisons, in terms of what I thought about both of those films in a comparison way, I think it's very hard to determine because they are very different films. They both offer different kind of aspects of dark horror, and I think the Alien is more sci-fi than horror, to be honest with you. But that's a film, again, I really did enjoy, and I would recommend watching it. I watched it in 4DX. That was really good. Anyways, that's not NOSFERATU, though. I gave it a solid 9 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. The only thing that took me away from the film was nothing to do with the film itself. It was the people around me, people with the phones at the cinema. Who does that? I'm sorry, I could go on a rant about this, but it really frustrates me. Why are you on your phone at the cinema? Why? Why? Put your phone away, put it on silent, put it in your pocket. It's what it says at the start of the film, so do it. Please. Please. I just want to watch my film without a glaring screen in the corner of my glasses. If you're at home, fair enough. But you're at the cinema. You paid about £20 to be IMAX and you're using your phone. Put it away, please. Anyways, rant over. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I think the pacing, the soundtrack. Oh, that was another thing. The soundtrack. Oh my goodness, absolutely beautiful. Mwah. Go listen to it on Spotify. Go listen to it on Apple Music. But I really did enjoy it. I think it's absolutely amazing. The soundtrack. I think if you have got the physical vinyl, have a look out for the special edition one. It's gorgeous. It's so nice. I would absolutely love one. So if you know where one is for a decent price, let us know, because I really do want to pick it up and add it to my collection. It'd be very nice. But yeah, in terms of who I'd recommend it to as well, if you are a fan of vampires, if you are a fan of horror films, and if you're a fan of boobies, then definitely go see this film, because I would highly recommend it. Because it has all three aspects of those things, and I think vampires and boobies and horror films are absolutely amazing. And if you think that's so too, go watch NOSFERATU. On that note, I'd just like to thank you for watching. I can't even say it's a review, it's more of a ramble about how my opinion on NOSFERATU, and if that's what you enjoy, then I hope you enjoyed the video. But yes, my name is Wonderboy, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Peace out.